So you might have seen that was on the new Basia rods that I've been out testing for the first time. I've got to say I've been really impressed, but I want to get this fish back, so we'll run through all of that in a bit once we've slipped him back. You're watching Total Carp Fishing TV, and you join me down here on one of my favourite club lakes, where over the past few sessions I've been putting these Daiwa Basia X45X rods through their paces. Now that's one of the privileged positions that I'm in, is that I get to check out, test and use some of the finest kit that's available on the market, and the Basia X45X rods certainly live up to their Basia name. So I've been using the Infinity X45 rods for my own fishing for quite a while now, and the first thing that I'd say is that the Basia X45X rods are very, very similar in sort of cosmetics, and they're also similar in action too. However, there is a few immediately noticeable differences, so we'll run through those first before we get into the finer details. So the first thing that you'll notice about the rods is that they've got a bit of a different appearance, a bit of a different finish on the actual blanks, and they're also thinner and a little bit lighter too than the Infinity X45s. That blank is left with a really, really minimal finish, just the Basia writing there and the small Daiwa decal just above the reel seat. Now moving down to the reel seat, again it utilises these lovely Alps reel seats, which not only look fantastic, but they're also incredibly ergonomic, making them really comfortable in the hand, giving you loads and loads of grip for when you're casting. And it might only be small percentages, but that could help with getting that little bit of extra range and also improving your accuracy. These Alps reel seats are finished in a sort of a gunmetal-y sort of grey colour, which is really nice and gives the rods a real luxurious finish. Then moving down to the actual handle, you've got that same super slim Japanese shrink-wrapped handle and a black anodised butt cap. Keeping with cosmetics, going back up the rod, you've got these super minimalistic TDG guides, which keeps the rod really, really lightweight and gives it that real crisp feel when you're feeling the lead down and when you're casting too. So that's the immediate cosmetics on the rod, so let's delve into the actual blanks themselves in a little bit more detail. Now there's a reason that these rods have a very similar feel to the Infinity X45s, and that's because they're built on the same Magnum taper profile. So this is the actual mandrel they use to wrap the carbon round to produce the rod, and it gives it that really nice fast sort of taper, which delivers both incredible casting and also a really nice playing action too. And like I said, having used these for the past couple of sessions and having caught some really, really nice fish too from this lake, sort of fighting them in that really deep water, it's given these rods a real good test, and I've got to say they've been absolutely stunning. The next piece of technology to look at is the X45X technology, and that's basically one step up from the X45. It's that bidirectional crossing of the carbon around the blank, which increases the sort of the torsional rigidity in the blank. Basically what that does is it stops the blank wanting to sort of drift off to the side when you're casting, so that all the energy that you put into the cast gets delivered perfectly accurately down the line where you're casting. That X45X wrap is then applied throughout the entirety of the rod all the way up to the tip, providing even more resistance to torque during the cast. You've also got HVF NanoPlus technology, which stands for high volume fibre. Basically what this does is it reduces the amount of sort of weighty resin that's in the blank itself, utilising more carbon and nano-sized fibres to reinforce that blank. And basically this just makes the blanks really, really thin, lightweight and crisp. Finally, you've also got the V-joint alpha technology, which ensures that you've got a really, really smooth transition through the action of the blank. You don't get any sort of flat spot around the spigot area, and this basically just creates a really lovely playing action and also smooth casting action too. So the rods are available in a range of lengths and test curves. These are the 12-foot 3 1/4s, and they're perfect for this sort of mid-sized water, giving that really, really lovely playing action. So you've got 12-foot models and 13-foot models in both the 3 1/4 and the 3 3/4. These are actually rated to be able to cast up to sort of 4-ounce leads to a maximum range of about 160 yards. I've been using them comfortably up to about 120, and like I say, they've been performing beautifully. However, if you find yourself fishing bigger lakes where you need to fish at longer ranges than that on a regular basis, I'd probably go for the 13-foot model in the 3 3/4 pound test curve, and that'll give you a lot more backbone for fishing with bigger leads and fishing at longer ranges more consistently. All in all, they're an absolutely stunning rod both cosmetically and in terms of performance. And as with all of Daiwa's top-end rods, the Basia X45X rods are also built right here in the UK. But that does come at a hefty price tag of over £575 retail price. Now, obviously that means these rods aren't for everyone, and we completely understand that. However, if you're the sort of person that likes having the best of the best in terms of their kit, then these are well worth looking at because, as I said, they are simply stunning. So if you want to check these rods out in further detail or check out any of the other fantastic rods in the Daiwa range, head to the Daiwa Carp website, www.daiwacarp.com.